for me.
For me and
For me.
For me,
For me,
well, by my accent, you can tell that I'm not from here. I'm not born and raised in here. When they say this is the land of opportunity, United States, for me it started from this place. I had a very good job with very high pay. I quit my job voluntarily to come back to school, because I believe better education can help me to be more helpful and contribute to society.
I started off here in the massage therapy vocational program. At the time, I had just finished high school in Israel, and I was debating whether to go serve in the army or stay here. And I had 6 months to make my decision, and so I figured I may as well go to school for that 6-month period. And so I enrolled in the massage therapy program. And they really opened me up to new pathways, to a new kind of life, a new way to think. Gave me a profession which I love, which pays well, which has enabled me to go through school. And that was the first way that Palm Beach State College impacted my life.
I've struggled with math and never understood it or enjoyed it or didn't have an anxiety for it until I had Donna as my teacher. And it was the greatest experience. Like, she really sits down with you and makes everything look so simple, and all she wants is for you to enjoy it and understand it. It's just you being able to accomplish something and benefit from her teaching. That's her satisfaction, and it shows in every way.
back a year and a half ago, I took a speech class at the Boca campus, and for someone that's very shy, I didn't expect to do very well in the class. The teacher was very supportive. It helped me too, because because I'm Haitian and I have an accent. She helped me to know how to pronounce the words right, and how to get over the fear of talking in front of class, and it was a very good experience. Yes, that helped me a lot, because there are some other classes I had to make presentation, and I was able to do it very well. I still maintain contact with that same teacher.
I mean, I was going through some bad things where, my grades weren't right. But they helped me out. My art teacher, she helped me out, and she got me to win last year's Art Recognition Award. And she also got me into the Palm Beach Watercolor Society, which also gave me scholarship money. She helped me get on the newspaper staff, and they sent me to New York last year, which is real cool. I'm still on the newspaper staff. I illustrate, I write a little bit, and that just helps me diversify myself, class schedule, plus, extracurriculars and being responsible, just like makes you prepare for the real world.
I had an excellent experience. I found instructors to be accessible. There were projects I was working on where I would go to professors I didn't even know. I would knock on their doors and say, hey, I need some help. I need some research in your area. Can you help me out? And they were all happy to accommodate.
It really, with every cell of my body, I felt that. When you see people recognize you, you're hardworking, understand your situation, understand what you are going through, it's just such a great feeling. I cannot even describe it.
I think one of the things I learned early on is that in order for this to be a learning organization, everyone has to be involved, and that no one has precedence, that it's absolutely not only the president, but its facilities. I mean, everyone is incredibly important, or this thing just doesn't work at all. And I think the students, even if it's a kind of a subconscious realization, they know this because they feel free to go to anyone and ask help, assistance, or just support.
I love working with students basically who come in and say, I hate math. Or for those students that say, I'm afraid of math, because I take that as a challenge for myself. And so the students that I tend to help, I tell them, I'm not going to promise you that I'm going to make you love math, but at least I'm going to try to make you like it. And so when they come to the lab and they really experience the resources that we have for them, mainly the tutors, the relationship that they build with the tutors and the staff that work there, they really feel that the people who are there are truly there to help them. And a lot of of the staff, myself included, we're PBCC or Palm Beach State students ourselves. So I am a Palm Beach State alumni. So I can definitely relate to a lot of the students' experiences and fears. And I started working at the math lab because I needed help in math. And I came to the lab and someone there helped me. And I figured, what's another better way, or what is the best way to give back, but to actually work in the center that actually helped me get through my classes as well.
Some of the student calls that we get are related to simple issues such as logging on, how to use certain pieces of the technology that we provide for them. Faculty and staff often call us making sure that the equipment that we provide in the classrooms are fully functional for their class times. Every day we receive hundreds of phone calls from students, faculty, and staff alike, and we try to keep track of those because we want to be able to better serve our students, faculty, and staff in the future.
We deal with the students a lot on the phone with their point system and issues that they have when they submit their application to the limited access programs. A lot of emails back and forth, working with the program coordinators. Live chat, I do live chat twice a day, and that's helping the students over the live chat system that we have and trying to solve their problems. We usually get them solved right on live chat. If not, then we call them back or, try to refer them to somebody that can help them with their issues that they have.
College is this is a big time for the young people. So what we do every day, my team, is to make sure that they have a good experience and that it's a nice place to walk around, inside, interior, wherever, library, any building they go to. Now, people see our work every day, and it's very important to us that we maintain that high level of work and experience every day, and my guys know that I expect that out of them as well. So there is no it's teamwork across the board every day.
Today's world is becoming increasingly based on technology. It's the backbone of many businesses that our students will eventually end up in after graduation. For that reason, it's very important for us to have that technology available to them so they can begin learning about that technology, know how to use that technology, troubleshoot it in certain circumstances, and better work with it in their future jobs.
What I tell my students in Honors Knowledge for the Ages is that it has to do with falling in love. Okay? If you fall in love with something, and it's the only way I've ever been able to learn anything, you just want to know everything there is about it, and you want to find out what you can, and you want to play with it, and you want to talk to it, and you want to tweak it, and if you're like that, and I think most people are, once you get past that, oh my God, he'll never speak to me, I just can't speak. That's that same kind of, oh, I don't think I can do distance learning, or I don't think I can do that new class, or oh, maybe not an honors project, I'm not sure I'm up to that. Of course you are, if you can get past that speaking to it first.
High school, I'm not going to name the stuff, but the other stuff that, you see in the movies and stuff. And I got caught up in that. I don't do that anymore, so. But PBCC turned me around, or PBSC as they would say now, so they turned me around.
In my 6th grade year, I took the IQ test, and I didn't pass the test. And the teacher told me, the administrator who administered the test, when she called me in, she didn't ask me to sit down or nothing. She just introduced herself and told me her job title. And she said, you didn't pass this test, you are considered mentally retarded. You would never be able to function in this society. And so I grew up until about 35 years old thinking I was going to die at 21. And I lived my life as if I was going to die at 21, kind of dangerous, and I had mouths to feed, and I was in some dangerous situations because I didn't think I could learn. I wanted to go to college, but I never dreamed of going to college because I didn't think I could compete in college based on what this lady told me. Basically, the lady worked my life like a puppeteer until I was 35, and I grew up in that era where the adults and the professionals was the law. If they told you something as a kid, you listen. And so when she told me that I couldn't compete, that I wasn't smart enough, and I lived my life like that. Did 4 years military, my mom got sick, I had to come home. My mom is disabled, and I had to come home, and I was home about 7 days. I went to employment office, and I was like, I need a job. She said, well, how would you like to work in law enforcement? I said, I need a job. And sent me to the prison. I worked for the prison system for 16 years. I retired from the prison system from a captain, and I transferred over to the Broward Sheriff Office. And I retired with the retirement go together with 26 years experience in law enforcement. But I was still like, anything I did, I feel like somebody was just giving it to me to get me out the way, because I was like, any old dummy could do this. If I did it, any old dummy could do it. And but right before I retired from the sheriff's office, Broward County Sheriff's Office, this older guy, he would always tell me, man, you need to be in college, man, you need to be in college. With all that experience you got, you need to be in college. I'm like, man, I can't compete in college. You know, I'm not that smart. And he was like, man, listen, you was in the military. Anybody can't do that. You commanded a prison, it was 2,200 man prison. I was the captain with them. And you worked the sheriff's office, man, listen, you need to go to college. And so he kept, every day, he would actually curse me out and tell me, you need to take your so-and-so to college. And so I went and took the test to go to college. Military paid for me to go to college. And I was coming to college every day. I would pray, Lord, please just let me make a C. Please just let me make a C. I don't know how I'm gonna compete in these classes, but I do not want to repeat them over. And I kept making A's and B's. And I would go question the teacher. I'm like, maybe you made a mistake. You know, I'm not A and B material.
And that's something that we take pride in. My team, I think very highly of them. We work great together. And it's very important to us that everybody is safe, including ourselves and the students and staff. And we just make sure and go the extra mile to make sure that the experience here is good and safe for them.
You know, we've just become a state college, but we minister to students at all levels, in all situations in life, and at all capabilities in life. And if we're not able to meet them where they are, to deliver the material in a way that's accessible for them, then we're not doing our job. You know, yes, we're professors, yes, we're professionals, but what's the end line? You know, it's the student. And the truth is, that's the end product, and if we're not willing to extend ourselves in such a way that we meet them, we're useless. You know, we really don't have a purpose.
The best feeling that I could express is when someone who have truly lost hope and has had no other choice come to a place where they've been given that hope, they've been given that chance, and they've been helped, and now they're succeeding and moving on in their life. So that to me is the best experience.
Because I know if it was me and I came in to the school, I would want, you know, the correct information. I'd want somebody that was willing to help me. You know, we have a lot of people that are coming back to school that haven't been in school for a long time. They're afraid, you know, people coming in my age, they're scared to death. You know, they'll sit there and they'll cry. They don't know what they're doing. They feel silly. They're like, I'm too old. And you can talk to them and tell them, you know, our average age is, it used to be 33, and they're like, really? Yeah. And you make them comfortable, you know, and the dual enrollment students, the same thing. They're in high school, they're coming in for dual enrollment, they're afraid, this is a big school, they're not used to it, you know, when they're going into a class with older students, and make them feel comfortable. And we deal, you know, a lot with their parents as well. So I think I treat them how I would want to be treated when they come in.
I would say thank you so much for taking the extra time, the extra minute a day, no matter what it may be, to help the students, because I've had people devote special time that didn't even know me to make things happen for me, but people definitely go out of their way and help their students here, and I really am grateful for that. I think they're wonderful.